then we're going to do all the worksheets together. Okay. All right. So Fritz, can you just let me know you can see the screen? Should be a PowerPoint you can see.
Yes, I can.
Perfect. All right. So guys, just hold your questions off. If you want to write a question, Fritz will write them down. She'll ask me afterwards, but as you can see, we've got quite a few slides to get through. I'm going to, there we go. Let's go full screen. Okay. So here's what we're going to cover today, guys. Let me turn my video off. Here's what we're going to cover, guys, for the remainder of this training. Okay. First, we're going to look at pricing your service correctly. And that's the key word here, correctly. We'll then look at something called MOS packaging. Then we're going to go through a couple of action items, which is your monthly income business metrics. We're going to look at crafting your MOS, and lastly, your overall transformation worksheet. Past that, I'm also going to show you guys a script. You guys can take the script away from with you. I've created the script based on selling a stop smoking service. So it's pretty easy to iterate for any sort of niche that you're in, any type of client you want to work with. Plus, I'll give you guys a detailed look about how to explain ACH to people. So you can see we've got a lot to get through. Okay, so here we go. Crafting your niche, offer, and result. Now realize this, I'm not going to show you how to find your niche, what your niche should be. I'm also not going to show you the research process. That's in our 100K. Okay, that would take a whole day by itself just to do. If you need more details about that, let me know. But I assume most of the people here already have a niche or maybe already seeing clients. So that's going to be addition onto this. All right, so please memorize this, take a screenshot, tattoo it to your forehead. This is the most important thing. From now on, guys, realize clients do not buy coaching. They do not buy therapy. They do not buy NLP. They do not buy RTT. They do not buy clinical hypnosis. They do not buy mindset. They don't buy packages. They do not buy programs, sessions, hours, or time. Clients only buy results. So the statement, what you say, the strategy call, your entire business model should be based around that. Okay. So let's say, for example, I have a statement that says something like, I help women who are in abusive, narcissistic relationships learn how to trust again to find their dream relationship in 30 days or less. Have you noticed I've said nothing about hypnosis here? I'm not saying with hypnosis or I'm a hypnotherapist and I help women. There's nothing about NLP. This right here would be based on the research that I've done on the niche, but it's telling my clients exactly what I do, not how I do it. Clients don't understand hypnosis, therapy, NLP, because they're not educated the way that we are. They don't get excited about it the way that we are, so there's no point talking to them about it. Therapists and coaches alike spend so much time trying to explain hypnosis and NLP to people and wonder why no one buys their service. I literally see therapists right now who are trying to get clients creating social media, talking to people about language patterns. Clients don't care about that stuff. The average Joe on the street, if he or she wanted to learn hypnotherapy or were excited about hypnotherapy or who you trained with or your certificates or your background, it's probably because they want to become a therapist themselves. So if you talk about therapy and coaching, you're only going to attract other therapists and coaches. If you can wrap your mind around this, guys, you will far outdo your competition already. Okay. So remember that, because as we move forward, when it comes to strategy calls, we're going to sell the result. So getting clear on your price with MOS. So what is MOS? So the broken model. Right now, the coaching and hypnotherapy industry believes that pricing per hour, session, packages, and time with you is the right way. This model is completely flawed and is usually the #1 reason why coaches and hypnotherapists remain broke without the ability to scale. Okay. We run something called an 80-20 rule. Okay. And this is really important. In order to have a successful hypnotherapy business, you cannot spend 80% of your time with clients. The reason why people need to spend 80% of their time with clients, hang on a sec. I just need to disable these annotations. There we go. The reason why therapists and coaches spend so long with clients and want to build that back-to-back model is because their prices are incorrect. Okay. Allowing them only 20% of their time to what? Build and grow and do the social media to grow the business. Where our students differ, and you can talk to them directly about this, they're doing 80% of their time on social media to get clients and only 20% of their time is with clients. The longer you sit with clients, the less money you make. The more clients you have to see, the less money you make. Okay. You want to be seeing less clients in less time. That's where ACH comes in. Instead of spending 6 hours with a client over 6 sessions, as soon as you get paid for that, you now have to distribute that thing that you've been paid, let's say $1,000 over 6 sessions. You're not really paying yourself that much. Where ACH comes in is to speed this stuff up, because I would rather get paid $1,500 and spend an hour with a client, because now I've just got paid $1,500 for that hour. Okay. If you look at someone that says, Scott, I want to make $10,000 per month. Okay. Simple maths. If you're charging $100, guys, do the maths. Okay. 100 clients a month, 100 clients a month to make $10,000. Okay. On top of that, you've got to think, okay, well, I'm not really that good at selling. So let's say the average salesperson closes 1 in 4 people. You now have to get 400 inquiries per month. Where the hell are you going to get that from? You couldn't even get that with Facebook ads. Okay. So if you've heard other mentors and other people in sort of my position saying $100 here, $150 here, do the maths. The maths and the economics do not allow. If you're spending all your time with clients, you have money 1 month, but because you're so busy with clients, you have no time to do social media to get clients the next month. So your income will go down, and you see up and down ebbs and flows in your income. So we have to totally flip that. Okay. And this is where the MOS model comes in. MOS stands for minimum optimum service. What's the least amount of time I can spend with my clients, the least amount of effort for my client to get the biggest result, and also I get paid the best I can. Okay. Minimum optimum service. So the MOS model, from this day forward, you'll commit to only charging for one thing: the overall transformation, the end result, the thing the client wants. By pricing on your overall transformation, you are charging for the result, not the time. Now, I know people are going to say, well, how long will it take? What do I say to a client? Don't worry, we'll get to that. Okay. MOS. So the MOS has a time variance. Clients will not only be happy to pay for their result, but they'll also be happy to pay for their problem to be relieved quicker. We call this MOS. No client has ever said, I want you to take your time to fix my problem. I've never, ever had a lawyer say, I know, Scott, you can do this in like my lunch break. You know what? I'm happy for this to take 12 sessions. It'll never happen, guys. Clients are time poor. They're lazy. They're busy. And just like anything in life, we want things that happen quicker. We want quicker internet. We want faster cars. We want faster food. You want faster delivery from your purchase on eBay or Amazon. So therapy is no different. Okay. But a lot of mentors will say, in order to make more money, you've got to sell more things, more packages, more time. I think that's a disgusting way to run a therapy business, because let's say you use ACH in such a way where the session, the problem gets resolved in one session, but you've sold a client a 15 pack. Now you're basically stealing from them. You're having them come in 14 extra times because that's what you've sold them. Okay. Trust me, if you can get your time lower with clients but charge more, you'll win every single time. If you look at the state of the industry right now, it's what I call a red ocean. Every therapist and coach is undercutting each other on price. I saw sessions, guys, get this. As long as you buy 10, you only have to pay $16 per session. $16. This was run through a Facebook ad, so already that wouldn't work economically anyway. So where do you go from there? If someone's charging $16 a session, how do you beat that? You have to go 15. You have to go $14. You have to start doing this stuff for $5 a session. And the way the industry is going for therapists and coaches who don't make this flip, that's the only direction they can go. The only way they can win is to lower the prices. So you can't give this stuff away. So you've got to think about this stuff logically, MOS every time. Okay. So mastering the MOS, as we charge per overall transformation or the result, we want to create an offer that can produce the quickest result possible for a client. You guys have just done ACH, so I've actually MOS'd your service for you. Today, I'm going to show you how to sell it correctly. Okay. So that's the frame we're going into. Let's look at perceived value. All right. Just imagine this just as a quick game for your mind, guys. You have an infected tooth and are in a lot of pain. A dentist said it will take him 20 minutes to completely heal you and make your mouth, teeth, and gums 100% healthy and clean, but the price is $2,500. Is 20 minutes of work for $2,500 worth it to you? Just sort of make your mind up now. Does that sound like a lot? Do you get an internal dialogue of saying, wow, that's a lot of money? Or the other option is you go to another dentist that said it will take 7 visits at 1 hour per time for only $1,000. Which do you pick? Okay, now it's up to you what you pick, but obviously you can tell which one I would rather you choose to make life easier for you and your business. Clients who are in a lot of pain, these are the clients we're looking for, emotional and physical pain. They're always willing to pay more to finally get rid of that problem. Why on earth would a client want to buy 10 sessions off a therapist if they can come to you for quote unquote, that quick 1 hour blitz? Even if the results are the same, if the results are 100% the same, the only difference is time, that therapist who is quicker in result with less effort, less time, less moving parts, less homework, less audios will win every single time. But most people think about the opposite. They think perceived value. So I've been talking about prices for many, many years now. And everyone says, well, if I raise my price, that means I've got to give my client more. Well, that becomes infinite. How many audios do you have to give your client and homework and all this stuff? And the stuff they don't even look at or use anyway, we do the total opposite. And our USP, like our unique selling point, is speed. So let's say I line you up, guys, you and another therapist who says, hey, I need to see you 6 times for an hour. And you come along and say, hey, I can knock this out in the next 45 minutes. Who do you think is going to get that client? If that client's in the right state to have a therapist, of course. You have to understand that perceived value. All right, so MOS Evolution. When switching to the MOS model, it will be impossible to tell how long it would take for an overall transformation. And this is to be expected. But over time of working with one niche, you'll refine your process and begin to predicting the length of time. I'll teach you how to sell your MOS at a high price. That's what we're doing today. So this is what I was talking about, guys, to show that I went through this MOS evolution as well. The start of my career, overall transformation was about $300, okay? The time was about 2 to 3 sessions because I wasn't very good. I was right at the start of my career, okay? But this was okay at the time. $100, I make about $200 or $300 per client. Then what happened over time is I started realizing I don't need that 3rd session. And then I started to think I don't even need that 2nd session. Like I'm getting really good at this, okay? So what I had to do, because I wanted new goals and my business just wasn't functioning because I'm spending far too long with clients, low prices, I couldn't get the wheel of my business moving. It was stuck, okay? The middle of my career, and on top of that, I got sick of working with low quality clients, but that's another story I can talk to you guys about later. One way to get rid of really bad clients I didn't like working with was I upped my price, and that got rid of those people, the tire kickers, okay? But I also became really confident in the therapy. So it was easy for me to sell my overall transformation at about $1,000. And a client will say, how long do we need? And generally is about 1 or 2 sessions, okay? So about $1,000 total. Most times I needed 1, maybe an hour and a half. The 2nd session was more like a 20-minute talk, just to sort of the testing and stuff I didn't do properly. That's where that happened. Peak of my career, I could pretty much guarantee the overall transformation in a short amount of time. MOS, it was $1,500, like it or don't. There was no, I don't think I even gave out a lot of payment plans. There was none of this, can I do it cheaper? Can I do this? None of that. It was either do it or don't. And this is what was interesting. This is what helped me really separate myself. I could do it in a client's lunch break because that's all the lawyers had. And the reason I came up with that, and that became part of my little sales speech, so to speak, is because the lawyers were often saying to me, all I have is my lunch break. I've got like an hour. Can you do it then? I had no idea how to maximize that into a lunch break. So I had to learn. Most times I went over, then I got better and better and better, where I was so confident because I was just so used to using ACH back to back, where I only needed to see 1 client a day for $1,500 on the lunch break, and I was done for the rest of the day. And the rest of my day was not sitting back and just waiting for clients. It was doing all the social media. At the time wasn't a lot because I was out there, doing the business cards and flyers because that was what was available at the time. It's getting a lot of referrals. My time was spent, how can I grow this business? How can I lower the effort our client has to put in to come and see me? How can I move from an office to over Skype and Zoom and stuff like that? This became my overall transformation. This is what I was known for. One niche, 1 high price, 1 time limit. And my prices were extremely high in comparison to everybody else, but I had a 4-month waiting list of lawyers coming to see me, but everyone's trying to get this to work. And the only way to get this to work is people think, well, no one's buying it at $300. I'm going to make it $250, then $220, then you're defeating the purpose. You're regressing back. You're making it worse. And that's based purely off economics and the maths, which we'll go through today. This is what I'm going to teach you guys how to do. So here was my statement, guys. We looked at this one before, just as an example. So I help women who are in abusive narcissistic relationships learn how to trust again to find their dream relationship in 30 days or less. That could be the offer that you have. The cost is $1,500. We sell this via a strategy call, okay, which I'm going to talk to you guys about today. The marketing side, you're basically just educating your clients on their symptom, not the root cause, not hypnotherapy, not ACH. We can talk a little bit about marketing later, guys, but this would become the offer that you create, okay? Here's what it looked like for me. This was the entire backbone of my business. Very boring. Everyone's looking for this sizzling, sexy statement. They tell everybody their elevator pitch. This was mine. I help lawyers quit smoking on their lunch break. That was it. So fucking boring, but it's crystal clear. And it lets lawyers know, that's all I need. That's what it's going to be. That's what I need help with. The cost was $1,500. Did it via a strategy call. I was the most expensive in the market, but I had the quickest transformation from what I could see. The marketing I did was educating them on their symptoms, not the root cause. So I wasn't a therapist out there trying to explain therapy. I used to be. I wasn't out there trying to explain hypnotherapy. I used to be. But every time I tried to explain it, my lawyers would pretty much just say, I don't care. Is this going to work for me? So I started talking about their symptoms and the smoking, because that's what I was helping them with. And I used all 4 MM in my business and personal life to create a 4-month waiting list. Okay. So I basically used the same strategies here in my business. And when it came to my personal life, all I was doing each day was committing to getting people on a strategy call, getting referrals. My mind was fixated on growing the business. I wasn't out there getting more certifications. I wasn't out there doing mindset. I wasn't out there looking into a crystal ball and asking for my future. Jokes aside, all I was doing was concentrating on what's the least amount of effort I can put into my business, and can I repeat that each day so I know what to do to get clients each day. That was my goal, and it's still the goal I have in my company today. Okay, that was my entire business. Okay, so what we're going to go through, guys, is the economics of your business. We're going to have some fun with some numbers. Byproduct result, we'll go through the sales script, and I'll answer the question of why ACH is different than every other traditional stuff, because this is what your clients are going to ask for. Okay, so I'm going to get you guys back. Let's get some questions. For those in the 100K, that'll look pretty familiar. I think that's video number 3 of week 1. Has anyone got any questions on that? Might not know how to do it yet. That's what we're going to do. Who seems a bit nervous about the high prices? Like, my God, Scott, like $1,500. Are you kidding me? Like, I can't even sell it for 100. Who's like, fuck, how are you going to do that? For those that are at those high prices, are you noticing it's easier to sell than lower prices?